Hello everyone, my name is Shira. Today I'm going to do my very first VOD review. My season high in competitive season 4 is 3890. I play mainly Zarya, Lucio, and actually I'm more of a flex, but these are the heroes that I'm most comfortable with. So today we're going to look at Serene, and she's the very first person who replied to my thread on Reddit. And yeah, it's my very first VOD review, and let's see how things go on from here. And I'm still learning as well, so please feel free to give me your feedback, and I will try to improve as I go along in terms of being a reviewer and also being a potential coach. So this I'm still learning, right? Um, I, I don't know if you understand my accent because I'm from Southeast Asia, so yeah, bear with me.
Unless you want to go tank and I'll go soldier or something.
Warlock's deeps. He's a deeps.
Okay, looking at this comp, Serene is around low to mid diamonds, about 3002. She said she's hovering around 3002. So looking at this comp, I don't think it's uncommon in in solo or dual queue, right? I mean, people just want to play off meta heroes, and sometimes you don't get. I mean, a Reinhardt would be good here, right? And um, don't really know what this comp is trying to achieve, right? I mean, you have a Zen, but you don't really have a like a dive comp to take advantage of the Zen. Um, yeah, Widowmaker, but I don't know. It just seems a little bit. Um, there's no real central purpose to this composition. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's take a look.
He's a fat deeps.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Oh god, what happened to my sensitivity?
Okay, let's see. With this comp, we do
I
not have a
haven't heard
Reinhardt.
that,
Oh, there's a rumor. I don't know. I just heard it off someone else.
Okay, we do not have a Reinhardt, so going top right is okay, but you cannot really commit to this fight. I mean, like if they have a Reinhardt and a Zarya or a Reinhardt and a Roadhog, you will lose this fight just because they have a Reinhardt.
Maybe on Reddit. I don't remember.
but that would be
Okay, that's a good bubble. You get basically maximum energy out of your personal bubble, so that's a very good start. Okay, see, like because the Ryan is I mean all things being equal, they should win this fight, but I guess let's see what
Ow,
happens.
from hurt.
Okay, mechanically I think you're doing fine. You're taking cover. I mean, there's no Reinhardt, but you're making use of the staircase as cover, so that's good habit. I hope you're aware that your bubble is coming up as well. That's the other opportunity to gain more charge. Okay, if you look at this, alright, the bubble is a little bit slow. Okay, let me just rewind a little bit.
Ow, from hurt.
Right, saw that. Did you see that there's actually like a maybe a 0.3 seconds delay before the bubble went through? I think in this case it didn't do any real harm, but just take note in terms of efficiency, your bubble should go through a little bit faster in this case. Take a look again. Take a look again. Yeah, notice a slight delay. Not terrible, but yeah. Okay, right here you have high energy, especially if you're using this crosshair. It should be very apparent to you. And you have 6 bullets left. You can either go by feeling in terms of when your ammo will run out, or if you have, I mean, if you have enough cognitive resources to process all information, you should note that actually your ammo is running low. This is a good chance for you to throw a right click, right? They all clump up together. At least you can one right click should at least hit 2 of them, right? If you're aiming here, and that will give you a lot of out charge. Okay. Instead we go for a zap and we have to reload here. Right, so this is not wrong, but it's just a matter of efficiency. As you go higher up, a lot of things hinges on game sense and efficiency. If you're doing things like 10-20% more efficient than opponents, typically you'll win. You'll help you win games. Okay, so your energy level is still pretty okay at this point. Your health is on the low side, but you have a personal barrier, which you have used to good effect. Okay.
Oh no.
This play, I don't really hate it. I might have done the same, but
Ah.
it's just unfortunate. It's just a little bit greedy, like maybe 5 meters too greedy.
Well, that's
Yeah, I might give up a few seconds earlier than you did. I think here is still okay.
No.
Here, I would do a right click so that, potentially we can injure Mercy further. You see, Mercy is low. If you had done a right click with your 76 energy, I think you can one shot the Mercy. Okay, but it's here. It's you tried to land a right click, but Mercy was jumping, so she dodged it. Yeah, at this point, I think you would have to commit and go for the kill, which you did. It's 1 HP. I think that's okay.
Ah.
That's okay, but just take note of the right click.
Oh no!
Right click at this point. Shit.
Oh no!
Low energy and a right. Yeah, I think potentially you can kill her with right click.
Ah.
Okay, Reinhardt kills you. Here you can actually turn and do a right click on the Reinhardt so that it could create the separation between you and Reinhardt, and potentially you can run away.
This is
But chances are not high.
bad.
Okay. Okay, nothing
think
much you can
we-
do
I
there.
think we're
Except
taking it, though.
maybe try
Yeah.
to right
I
click.
got slept by an Anna, and then a Reinhardt was coming back from spawn. The same Reinhardt I killed.
Okay, so when you respawn, you should be looking at you should press tab and look at their composition, whether there's any changes. Look at your team's ultimates as well, so you have overall sense of what's going on in the big picture.
They're Mercy,
Okay.
so they're probably gonna be slowed down.
Oh, we killed McCree as well. That's pretty good.
Okay, I see you.
Now
You're
there's a
talking.
Reinhardt pushed
You're
way up.
communicating with your friend, so that's
Oh,
good.
Reinhardt?
Well, maybe such
They're
information is
Reinhardt.
better shared with the entire team as well.
Oh, fuck!
Fuck. I'm not. I don't have line of sight on him.
How did I just survive that?
I don't know.
Okay, this is a little bit dangerous. You don't have a Reinhardt, okay, and you are in the middle. You're like 1 second away from safety, right? So if Anna sleeps you, or if they decide to charge into you, you might just die here. See, and even move forward. So that's not ideal positioning. You should be a little bit back. You should be a little bit further behind, more towards your right, so that you can just peek and shoot at them, and then just back off. Here you're under a little bit of threat. Okay. Right, and Reinhardt is charging towards you, and it's been like a minute plus, right? You haven't seen. I mean, this is possibly he would have ultimate by now. And actually, there's a chance for clutch play here. That's to bubble your. I mean, your team barrier is up. You could have bubble Roadhog, hammer. Right. Seems that the bubble did go through.
Fuck.
Yeah, but it's a little bit slow. Let's look at this again. Yeah, if you had bubble Roadhog at this point, I think the Earth Shatter could have been broken. Meaning to say, Roadhog and even yourself would not be affected by Earth Shatter.
Oh boy.
Okay, so there's a missed opportunity here.
Well, Reinhardt went dead.
I see IMR bait.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
healing. Where's my healing?
Uh-oh.
There's nothing much you can do, but just take note of the ultimates that they have used. They use Hammer Down. Mercy just rests, and they also burn Genji out, so they still have Nano. High Noon, not so much impact. The other danger, if the turret is in a good position later on, is I haven't seen Turbion use Molten Core yet, so that could be it. So yeah, you have to take note. It's good for you to take note what ultimates has been used and what's going to come up next. Okay, on your side you have a Nano and Whole Hawk, and yeah, I haven't seen Transcendence being used, and you're on your way to building your own ult.
Oh, healer's dead. Where Hanzo? What they have us and a Mercy? Alright.
See how efficient this bubble is. Okay. I mean, they're still spamming at you, and you got a little bit of energy out of it, but at higher levels, probably get 0 out of that bubble.
What the fuck?
That's one way to make things happen.
Yep, like I said, Molten Core, right? Your tracking is pretty good.
Huh, that was an interesting ult.
The boost on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I guess I can make something happen. too.
They cap that. That's good. I'll grab. Hey, you want a combo, Diva?
Okay, it's good. It's good that you're asking. You're trying to combo with Diva.
I'm gonna try to find the Mercy though. I don't know if she
In
is.
theory.
She's on the back right.
Back right? Okay. Well, we gotta go there.
Back
Oh,
up, get
fuck.
some heals up there. Just stand.
Okay. To deal with Mercy, I think you have the right idea in mind. Like, that is to catch her, to kill her first, or the other way to deal with it is to actually grab after the rest. But that means you can't really initiate. You can, but you have to rely on being able to kill them after the rest. Right. The other way to do it is to, I think you have to play around either Hanzo or Roadhog, get a pick first, and then you guys can apply pressure on them. So Mercy will be forced to rest. Um, maybe forced to rest one to two players. I don't know. Yeah, that's usually what we will go for. You go for a couple of picks, apply pressure on them, and force rest our Mercy, and then you can use your Graviton. The other way is to trap Mercy inside your Graviton with possibly, hopefully you can kill her while she's in the Graviton or while she's trying to fly towards a limited target. Like she has only one more option to fly towards, and you can kill her. Okay, your energy is really low at this point.
Try
Trying to do a flank on the right,
take out the Mercy before you grab.
which is fine. I think you have the right idea in terms of dealing with Mercy, but I don't really like this graph. Look, where do you think your teammates are right now? So the point here is that there's not really going to be a whole lot of follow-up to your graph. See, nobody's I mean, you don't have a right to really right-click them. Roadhog was fighting them, but I think he's reloading at the moment. You have only 6 energy, so you're not going to solo kill them that much, and your diva is out positioned. I mean, relative to your graph, right? So you don't get a lot of value out of. You didn't get a lot of value out of this graviton. And yeah, and yeah, in harm's way, right? So
Yeah, something.
so not great value there. Right, I understand because there's the opportunity to get Mercy inside the graph, so maybe that's why you went for it. But yeah, having follow-up to Graviton is one of the most important. I mean, getting value out of Graviton is very important. And that's your first graph, right? So
Roadhog
in
really isn't that great of a boost target.
in general, I will try to go
No,
for
that sucks.
4 shots.
2 graphs at least
Okay, now let's wait a second and a half.
Yeah.
per round
Assassin
of
Diva.
KATH.
Stop the Anna by the doors.
Okay, here Anna landed a good sleep on the opposing Anna. Okay, your cursor, it's good that you're checking behind, but your cursor should be ready on Anna in case, anything, I mean, like, in case she's being targeted, you can bubble her in time. Yeah. So just preemptively be looking at your Anna so you can protect her.
Also, he's really easy to hit with sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, here's nothing much, just a quite good Dragon Strike. But what I would have done is to communicate to Ryan, because now you have a Ryan, right? So you can tell Ryan on team chat that you have bubble for him, so he can be aggressive. He can walk up to them and just left click them. Or in this case, not so applicable, but or for other circumstances, he could charge and you could bubble him. You just say, Ryan, go inside, I have bubble for you, something like that.
Oh boy.
Okay, this bubble didn't serve much purpose. Okay, so you can save it for a better situation. You get 0 energy, 0 value of the bubble, so that's not too good. Okay. Here, basically the fight, you're aware that the fight has been won, and you're trying to aggro the turret. Yeah, it's kind of an overextension. And bear in mind that it's overtime, right? And and you guys just want a team fight. But by dying here, I mean, like, you're actually lowering the chances of, I mean, you're giving them a better chance of coming back, right? To get this point. Okay, Tracer, that's fine. This is fine. But I think it could have been done like a couple of seconds earlier.
Where'd this McCree go?
If you look at this, you have spawn, right? And then
Where'd this
yeah, you
McCree
have to
go?
spend 2
Oh, no.
seconds doing that.
Oh no! To the sauna, this is okay, we win. Cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and you guys kind of got lucky because they messed up. They could have contested, I think.
Chase.
To the sauna, this is okay, we win. Cool.
Wait, what? They
Yeah,
chased
the
you
Ryan and
right?
Top are still here.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, they made a big mistake. Okay, I think for round 1, nothing too terrible. Just to sum it up, I think that there are room for better efficiency with bubble usage and ultimate usage. The other thing is just a couple of times to watch your positioning. I mean like as Zarya, Zarya is a very good hero to brawl, and sometimes that also means that sometimes we want to be greedy and we can overextend a little bit. I mean, we can get punished just because we overextended, right? But results good somehow.
It's like 45 seconds in OT.
I think mechanically, yeah, okay. Your aim is fine. Game sense is okay.
Oh, you're finally in here.
Yeah, I didn't realize I wasn't.
High pillars, left side.
Sounds good. Sorry I wasn't team voice.
Okay, this is a
You get a
very strong composition for left side, so it's correct. Try to get energy value.
They have an Earth.
Okay, they're giving you plenty of energy, like almost maximum
Yeah, we're gonna
for your personal barrier.
break my shield.
Okay, again, communication, you could have told Ryan to charge in. I mean, he did anyway, but yeah, I mean, generally try to communicate that if there's a Ryan and you want him to be aggressive, I think he's your like a partner in crime if you're playing alongside each other. So it's good for him to know that you have bubble up and you can tell him that. And this is a good bubble, pretty standard. And kill the Ryan, so that's great.
And it's left.
She said. She said.
Okay,
I'm set my ult.
go for mercy.
Skip point, guys, skip point.
Back up, back up.
Okay, that's a decent right click. Trying to gain some energy charge and create separation. Okay, and that's a good bubble.
Yeah, I like your hooks.
Let's go gain some energy. This is dangerous play by your Ana, but it's a good bubble because he could have been easily picked off. This kind of mistake is very prevalent at I guess diamond and lower levels, but you can get heavily punished easily. There's a Reinhardt, right? We have a Reinhardt, so you should be playing behind a Reinhardt. Where's your Reinhardt? Yeah, he's there.
Oh boy.
Okay. So the enemy Genji just ulted, right? And your Reinhardt got nano boosted. And they are dealing with the Genji. Your Roadhog just died. And I just died. Here... Okay, you managed to get that bubble through. Okay. But you have relatively high energy at the moment. And with that bubble on Ryan, your energy actually went sky high, almost maximum. So what I would have done here after I bubbled the Ryan, I would stay here and deal with the squishy. Okay, there's a barrier here, so it's a little bit tricky. But with 80 energy right here, you know, you could have easily taken out the McCree. Or Ana. Right, there's an opportunity to stay here. I don't think any one of them, I mean, they have committed to the fight to their left, coming out from here to their left, right? So this is a point where you can actually potentially take out one of the squishies. Not that you have won the overall team fight because you guys have already 2 men down, but there's a chance for you to get return kills of McCree or Ana. Or if not, you can gain like 10-20% outcharge. Remember, we want to try it for at least 2 gravitons. Sometimes, I mean, in very rare cases, you can get 3, but most of the time, you want to aim for 2 gravitons per KOTH round. So yeah, by being more efficient, you can dish out more damage to one or two of these squishies. You can get outcharge, potentially get a kill or 2. But so by going the roundabout way, we're actually wasting 2 to 3 seconds of damage. Right?
You're even, actually.
Okay, let's look at this again. Okay, high energy is great. Is this a habit or something? Because you're looking at the right side, but actually the entire team is there. Could you have bubbled your Ryan here? Ryan is in front of you, right? Yeah, Ryan is here. And he's dead. Maybe throughout this whole sequence of things, you could have done something to protect Ryan with a barrier.
You're even, actually.
Okay, but it happened just too fast, so I don't really blame you.
Oh no, now you're done.
Oh my god.
Now you're done 3. Yeah, full out.
Okay. You got a graph anyway, so that's good.
Nice, no way.
I don't like my idea.
Do the
Okay, this is a good decision here. I think you sort of went to the back line and you sort of thought about whether to use graph or not,
I don't like my idea.
but you made the right decision because I mean I don't think you could have turned the team fight around with too many dead.
I don't like my idea.
do delay.
Rip terrain.
I'm gonna walk
Okay. So jumping off is correct, but you could have used your own barrier, personal barrier. I mean, why not?
40 health.
off.
Back up, back up, back up.
I mean, as it turns out, they didn't get the kill and you didn't give them outcharge, but just use your barrier as you're jumping down.
We don't have shield up there, we don't have off tank.
Well, combo Hanzo. I should have shielded too.
Now we
That
can
was
push,
saving
now
Oh
me.
yeah, actually you noticed that you should have shielded,
Which is not my combo.
so that's good.
Crease left.
Okay, good sleep. Okay, why? Why do you do this? Okay, see. I mean, in the chaos of things, okay, when it's high noon, yeah, you have no energy, but I think I will still walk towards McCree. Okay, as it is, it's a good sleep by your Anna, and it's good that you're turning away. So otherwise, our game plan will be to walk towards McCree, zap in a little bit, and then bubble, and then sidestep away from high noon. Okay, yeah, but with zero energy, that's I don't think, and he's being pocketed, so I don't think you're gonna kill him in time. So it's more to zap him and then bait out his high noon. He might have seen a style on you, but you know you have used your barrier and that can negate his lethal bullet, right? And failing which you can sidestep inside. But he's already asleep now, right? So
Crease left.
yeah, you walk here. Before that, you might have heard the nano boost.
Crease left.
Yeah, there's a nano boost, right? So you know nano boost has been used, and yeah, I mean it's hard to notice, but it seems logical that Anna has used nano boost on someone that is inside, on the right side,
Crease left.
and Reinhardt has some of these voice cues, right? Yeah.
Oh crap.
So you're actually walking to a death trap. I mean, like Reinhardt, you're just walking right into a nano boosted Reinhardt, and that's not good.
I walked into a bad room.
Yeah, that was the death room.
Oh yeah,
Alright, let's reset.
exactly. You walk into that room, you know it actually. So it's more like
You guys
uh,
help me.
maybe decision making on the spot. It'll come with experience, I guess.
That stagger was really bad.
Yeah, Zen just gave the enemy another 15 seconds off the clock.
I don't know why they didn't just go without me. Why didn't they just go with me? Like I was coming back, I had grab.
Okay, just look back a little bit to check where your teammates are at the moment. And Zen is still walking back, right, at this point?
Mercy is hiding. Their side.
Versa 1.
See, that's the thing about the thing that I mentioned about Zarya and Ryan interplay, the codependence of each other. See, it's like you're trying to do some poking, but your Ryan just charge in, and you miss the opportunity to actually get energy off your Ryan's charge.
Versa 1.
See, you're reloading, that's fine, and you're reloading with uh, 50 ammo, so that's not too efficient, right? And your Ryan's charging here, even when you're reloading at this point, there's a chance for you to bubble him here, although you might get obstructed by some of your teammates. But if you were standing right here, or maybe the middle wall, you could have bubbled him easily, right? That could have gotten you another 40 energy, potentially. Okay, as it is you still get some energy. I mean, you still get some. Okay, where did their energy go?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you got 15 energy off that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was just us.
Yeah, the Genji reflected me.
Oh jeez, that sucks.
I want to switch out Hanzo. Since they have
Okay, kind of messy game, I guess.
I could probably play. I don't think Winston's
Wait,
super good.
how many
though.
gravitons did you actually...
Since they have the
Genji.
Yeah. Fuck. Side. Mercy is fucking. Maybe.
See, you have a graviton since this point, right? Since, like, I remember when you suicided, you had graviton, but you didn't have a chance to use it.
I walked into a bad room.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that was the death room.
you guys walked into the death room once.
Let's go with that.
See, you get my point, right? Like, for
That
the entire like 60-70%, the graph
No,
wasn't, you didn't have a chance to use
Why didn't
graph.
you just go with me? Like, I was
So
fucking
by
bad.
not using graph, that's another, the next graph is being wasted, right? Because you
Fair
could have
side.
charged, the next graph, I mean substantially. Maybe even have a second graph by now, or if not soon.
Versa 1.
Oh fuck.
Again, something to note is that, you know, take note whether there's going to be follow-up. So I think this is fine. Your run is technically nearby, but
What up? Pretty weak.
that was a good bubble.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
could have
that's us.
potentially won this team fight. The other thing to take note is you have Graviton here and you have a Hanzo, right? But there wasn't any combo.
Genji.
Not for the past 2 rounds. I mean, maybe he was Widow the previous round, but for this round,
I think
one of the
this
key
is-
combos was your Graph and Dragon Strike combo. Yeah, so same thing if you're playing with a Pharah, right? You guys gotta communicate and work together, or you have a Tracer. Those three are the main ones that more or less will secure you a team fight win, right? So Graviton with Hanzo, Graviton with Pharah, Graviton with Tracer, right? Yep. So gotta try to coordinate with your teammate on that.
good for this.
Seems like you can't really do too much to him. Be nice to have a counter.
This like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to go soldier, I can go soldier.
Well, as long as me and Ryan go together, it should be okay.
We just
It's
can't
like
like
kind of a
overextend.
semi-dive.
Yeah, it's like a pseudo dive. We just can't overextend with the Winston. Keep Winston alive, we can win these fights. Pressure really initially though.
Yeah. They have a Zarya now.
Free purple. I need heals.
Focus Ryan.
Run dead, run dead, run dead.
McCree.
All three, all three. He's my health.
No, he's dead. Genji. 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 No, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
All three. He's my health.
No, he's
I think
dead,
up to
he's
this point it's still okay, but at this point, I mean you guys have a few return kills, right? But you know you're actually low on health.
He's my health.
dead. No, he's dead. He's dead. Genji. Oh my god, I can't believe I got ult. Genji's down.
Run out.
Oh shit.
Good res.
Alright, let's
Versus
reset.
purple.
Let's reset.
Throwing an early bio to pump. Oh, hit Bell, never mind. Got Nano. Nano grind.
Okay, going on Genji, so that's good. You have nothing much you can do with Zen outing there.
Zen's down.
Pressure,
Okay.
pressure this. We're up, we gotta pressure.
Okay, too much.
Alright, now you need that.
Dead.
Where's this
Job.
Genji?
Keep playing, quick. Focus
Genji
on Zarya,
left
focus
side?
on Zarya. Focus on... Oh, mercy.
Genji left side?
I think that's kind of greedy on your team's end. I mean, like, they're not gonna push there, but you guys try to extend your lead with a nano boost, and then you try to kill Mercy 1 HP by going Primal Rage into just right outside their spawn, so yeah. I mean, I would have saved nano boost and then just regroup and just wait for them to push.
Shield's weak. Pressure fast.
That's a good pin.
Genji's half. Oh shit.
Okay. You drop the shield, so that's good.
She's really low. Alright.
No heals for you, Ryan.
Yep, you're low health, so ask for healing. Okay, I'll go back for healing. Okay, that's fine. So I see your game sense is pretty okay.
Into Tracer, I guess.
Tracer behind.
McCree wants to go left.
At this point I might go left actually, because McCree just burned his flashbang, right?
Tracer behind.
McCree wants to go left.
And you heard the voice line as well. So I will actually pressure these squishies, and they have to come on point, right? So they cannot really. I mean, I don't think you're gonna die to them if you walk down, zap them, throw your barrier, and then when you're in danger, just jump away, and you have primal rage soon anyway. So I actually go into this fight against these two squishy. Instead, I mean, like, this is like a McCree whiffing his flashbang, and they are quite within reach of your. I mean, you just have to walk up like 5 meters towards them, and you can start zapping them. Okay. If you're Zarya, I'll come back. If you're playing Zarya now, I would think that it's correct for you to come back to your Rhine. But I think you should be pressuring the squishies there, right? Or if not, the Mercy or Genji.
Ryan purple.
Okay, so now you're zapping them.
Right.
Okay,
Zarya.
I guess it
Mercy.
it turned out pretty well.
Good job. Mercy dead. On point dead.
Yeah, but I'll definitely pressure the squishies rather than the tanks at that point.
Lucio's down.
Okay. At this point, couple of things. I mean, like, it's already 98, 99, right? So if you're dying with Primal Rage, that's a little bit greedy. I think you're trying to maximize. Um, you're trying to be greedy and just do a very last minute Primal Rage, but you just got bursted down. So that could be a wasted opportunity. But fortunately, your team managed to hold on. I think Soldier should have used. I mean, like, it's a final fight, so we should have used ulti. We are winning the round with like 4 ultimates unused. So yeah, that's not very efficient.
I saw their DPS getting split off because they were chasing our Tracer on the left side.
We should go main.
Yeah.
Our team's way better on point. Then pressuring top right, that is.
Okay.
Throw down
Do you think
biotic
they'll run
field
Genji
and
again?
biotic grenade.
So this is a different comp now, right? You have a Ryan Zarya, backed by a soldier. It's a pretty strong. You're pretty strong top right, so definitely, it's good to have a sustained fight.
Throw down
It's
biotic
possible to have a
grenade,
sustained fight
grenade,
top right.
pressure
Okay,
field,
your friend just went Pharah, which is fine.
Never mind. Now we should definitely pressure top right. Pressure top right.
Yeah, and nice, right.
That's why.
We still have the speed, but we can get their CC down. Try to boost them
I
up.
don't think they're running Lucio either. Charge when you can.
Okay, that's good. Right, this is the first time that I'm hearing you do that, right? So actually, you have the idea in mind. Charging is one thing, but sometimes, depending on the direction, if you can do a short charge, let's say from here towards there, which is a short distance, rather than like charging in, like from where he's facing now, charging down towards the health pack room, that would be bad. Okay, so okay, that's a good bubble, but you're using um team barrier here when he charged, right? And you're getting energy from there, right? But when he was charging, all the attention was focusing on him, right? That's why you're getting the max charge from that barrier. But at the same time, you're cell bubbling here, so there's not going to be a whole lot of value from your cell bubble because you're not. They haven't acquired you as a target. They're trying to kill Ryan or trying to save their teammate from Ryan. right? So this cell bubble is, I mean, there could be a better situation to use this cell bubble, maybe a bit later or even earlier. Okay, your
Hey,
arrow.
Reaper.
Okay,
Subtog. Tracer our back.
okay. It's quite fortunate that you haven't died. But here, okay, Roadhog hook someone like to your left, right? So okay, your cursor placement is good, but then you went to look left. If you look here, the sound cue, you can actually hear that there was a successful hook. Someone was like crying, right? Like Anna was saying, "Ooh." So based on the sound cue, I will keep my cursor. I mean, if you want to do this, it's fine, but I will keep my cursor to where the Roadhog was. Like aim here, so that whoever gets hooked here, I mean, you do not know that it's an Anna, but regardless, right? Whoever gets hooked here, you can bubble that person. You get full charge from that. If the hawk decides to left click. Yeah. But the priority here shouldn't. I mean, you're still trying to zap Lucio, but the priority should be to save Anna. Yeah. So that's a missed opportunity.
Hog broke and weak. Lucio one hit.
Mercy, mercy.
Mm. See, this thing about getting close to Ryan, that's giving a lot of outcharge to Reinhardt. Try to create a separation between you and Ryan, or try not to be stuck there in the first place.
You gotta kill with Mercy.
Okay, movement here wasn't too smooth. I think maybe you could have survived.
Mercy. You gotta kill with Mercy.
Like,
You gotta kill
like if you right click here again, and
Mercy.
if you right click even here, he could be bounced back a little bit. And coming down here took a little while. Maybe you got bounced around by him a little bit. You couldn't get here in time. Just try to stay away from Reinhardt's. Like the death trap earlier. Same
Hog
thing.
purple. Oh, Lucio's one hit.
Here is a bit of not entirely your fault, but it's more of a communication issue. You could tell the Ryan to just go aggressive. Just say that Ryan, I will bubble you, or just say you have bubble or something. But he backed off. You bubble him while he backed off, so you're not getting value from that. And he made a mistake. So after you have used your bubble, he decides to charge in. So that couldn't have gone in terms of the permutations of scenarios, right? That's one of the most inefficient scenario where the bubble was used when he backed off, and when he charged he charged when there wasn't any bubble, and you get 0 energy out of it. Okay, but you still get a Q, so I guess that's fine.
Lucio behind.
I like this play. Right, bubbling yourself at pulse bomb, that's good.
Lucio behind.
Tracer.
Lucio Tracer behind you. Lucio Tracer
Okay,
behind you.
okay, that bubble is good.
They're approaching right now. Right now. Tracer, Tracer, Tracer. Tracer, Tracer, Tracer.
Ryan has Earth Shatter.
Can we take it?
Good job.
Let's look at this.
Can we take it?
Not terrible, but actually the Pharah is the one that's being shot by Tracer, so this would have been a better bubble.
Good job. They're staggered. We can pressure. They're staggered. We can pressure.
Watch out for Ryan Earth Shatter.
Top right.
Freeze that.
Help Pharah though.
Okay, Rocket Barrage, you guys need to synchronize your. I think you're on track for 2 gravitons per round, so that's fine. But you guys need to synchronize your barrage and graviton. I mean that could wipe entire team, right? Just that they have mercy, so yeah. try to synchronize your barrage. If Mercy is dead, you can just wipe the whole team with it. Otherwise, like I said, you're gonna rely on picked off, pressure the Mercy to rest, then use Graviton after rest. Okay, McCree is doing a lot.
Down 4. 5.
Mercy dies a lot.
I smell the bad turn.
Yeah, you guys have rest there.
We should go mid.
Actually,
Top indoors.
failing which, you can still same thing is about combo, because if you guys don't use combo and the opponents use combos more efficiently, like not necessarily Zarya combo but any ultimate combo, then you know you're at a disadvantage.
August purple inside. August purple inside.
Okay, good bubble.
Ulting.
Okay, this basically you caught almost everything inside.
Mercy
But
down.
what did I say just now? Where's the pulse bomb? Where's Tracer? I don't know. Did Tracer die? Let's see from this point, right?
Pressuring for sleep.
Reaper's on top.
August purple.
Yeah, I think Tracer is on the right, so I would just tell Tracer to get ready for pulse bomb. See, this is a beautiful Graviton. Like almost everything is inside. But can you imagine there's a pulse bomb? You know, like it's basically the team fight is won based on one pulse bomb. So Tracer is nowhere to be seen. The other thing is Anna Nate, but so what I'll do is to communicate to Tracer for the combo, and even to Anna. I mean, like at higher levels, Anna will have enough game sense to land a grenade here. Yeah, I mean, like imagine you have your combo with Tracer and Anna Nate. You know, basically you guys gonna wipe these 4 people inside. Your Mercy just got caught, and I think I mean he dies a little too much, but nothing much you can do.
Mercy's down.
Ah, same thing. You and the Reinhardt. See, that time you're dueling the Reinhardt and you're losing. So Mercy is getting a little salty, but the truth is he shouldn't be jumping into fights like that. You're supposed to rest, tempo rest, 2 teammates there, and you win the fight. So yeah, you could have won the game right here, I think. If a couple of things, I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but if a couple of things happen, like your Graviton and Pulse Bomb landed, your Mercy rest 1 or 2 of you guys instead of going for POTG rest. Anna lands her nades, etc. But the main thing is yourself and Pulse Bomb, or yourself and Pharah out earlier. Either one of the combination could have won you the fight. But I prefer Pulse Bomb combo because Pulse Bomb charge much faster. So what you can do is either Pharah use her out to take out some, I mean to have a couple of picks, and then their Mercy would rest, right? And you use a Graviton combo with Pulse Bomb. That's one possibility. Or it could be the other way around. Grav into Pulse Bomb. Then when they rest, Pharah can out and get a couple of pick off from there. So you could have won this game there and then.
Try switch to Zen.
But yeah, I mean it's not within your control, but I think Mercy made a mistake just dying with rest. And I mean he has a point in the sense that the team is dying all over the place, but regardless, that was gonna be a desperation. If you guys have lost the team fight, I mean you guys would have lost anyway, right? So she should rest like one or two of you.
Tracer though. I don't know about that. Never say again.
Okay, same thing. So maybe that's at diamond level or below. Your bubble is used on the Genji, right? I mean your Tracer,
Never say again.
which is fine. I mean like she was gonna die. I think the bubble is fine. Here you can use your own. Yeah, just that Reinhardt charges in without bubble, so that's not very favorable. And Reinhardt died, right? Could have been the other way around where our Reinhardt survives and the Reinhardt dies. Because like right as he was falling down, you will have I mean you could have the bubble and potentially kill him at that point because your right hand can do another left click. Okay, just back off a little bit. Here, I think it's important for you to get... was there a chance for you to self-bubble?
You have a race again.
Yeah, maybe not that much. Maybe from the fire strike you could have bubbled, but not great. Yeah. I think as it is, there wasn't a really good opportunity for you to use your self-bubble to give some charge. Yeah, but this charge is game losing. Not totally his fault, but maybe communication. If he had known that there's no bubble, maybe that's good. Okay, the way I approach it is such that, you know, there are, in terms of game sense and mechanical skills, sometimes your teammates, I mean, you can't rely on them being perfect, right? If they are all playing perfect, they will have been all masters or grandmasters, right? So you have to work within the limitations of the teammates at your level. So in order to you know, minimize the impact of their misplays, or if you put it the other way, in order to enhance their play, you can communicate to them, hey Ryan, I have a bubble, you can charge in like right now, things like that. Yeah, left click definitely would have killed Ryan, but you tried anyway, so that's fine. You tried with a cell bubble, that's correct. But you're actually diving into 4 people, right? So failing which, there's a chance that you might die. Okay, Mercy heal you quite well.
Line in the back.
Okay, but at this point 2 of your teammates are dead. So are you. So it's time to regroup.
Dude, what the fuck are you guys doing?
He's still thinking already.
Fucking Reinhardt charges in and Zarya goes in after they die. It's like, stop fucking going in by yourself. Stay 60 TX.
That's a okay bubble.
It's like Pharah is like on the other fucking side.
There was a chance to sell bubble to gain some charge there, I think. Like go in front of the Ryan, take some damage. Or right as the Ryan backed off, you can go in front, take some damage and back off, since you're near this wall. Okay, that's okay bubble. Get away from Ryan. Okay. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Just res it. Res it if you have to.
Any healing?
Res it.
Okay, that's a good rest.
Alright, I'm okay.
Okay, this graph, I think the idea was correct to catch Mercy,
Alright.
but it didn't really
I'm okay.
catch Mercy. Uh, okay, I mean, it's a little bit marginal, but maybe you can zap Ryan from a little bit towards the right. Just to anticipate his charge.
Touch point. Touch point.
Okay, nothing much to say about the last round, except that, I mean, it's kind of snowbally. Like when your Ryan charged in and die, and then the Reaper got a couple of you guys just died. Yeah, and then this healer went a little bit salty. Yeah, but you guys need to win some team fights there for the last round.
Any healing?
Res it.
Alright, I'm okay.
Yeah, again, not a whole lot of value from some of the gravitons. Okay, anyway, I think, well, I didn't expect that it would take so much longer, but I think it's a good experience for me as well. I think overall, Serene, you have pretty good mechanical skills, to be honest. I think your tracking is above average. Your game sense is pretty much there. Just gotta watch out on some efficiencies or inefficiencies, like when are the opportunities to have clutch barriers, and when are the times when are the good opportunities for you to gain high charge of your teammates. I think you saw a couple of examples there, but I don't think you are far from climbing to high diamonds or even masters. So as long as you keep practicing it. One thing, a couple of things to work on, like I said, is I mean the central theme is efficiency, right? So to get value out of graviton, and in order to do that, either you have there's a lot of factors, whether you can combo your teammates, whether your teammates are in position to even combo with you. Let's say a Reinhardt is the Reinhardt beside you. If it's a Roadhog, is the Roadhog beside you with whole hog. Combos are not being widely practiced here in this game. You have quite a few options like Graviton Pulse Bomb, Graviton Barrage, right? Those could be useful. If you have high energy, I mean, there's another situation where you can grab and get a lot of value out of it just by yourself, especially if you manage to break or lower the Rhine shield from before. Right, so yeah, that's getting efficiency out of Graviton. The other one is getting efficiency out of bubbles. There are times where you could have broken the opponent's Rhines of Shatter. You could have saved one or two teammates. If you look back at some of the rounds, right? So that's on efficiency. Then as you progress, I think communication is very important. As Zarya mainly is whether to communicate to your Ryan or even your teammates when your team barrier when the team barrier is down. For example, my barrier is down. Don't get hooked, things like that. Well, or Ryan, you can move forward and aggro them. I have a barrier for you. You know. Yeah. So that's the communication part, and very importantly, you have to start tracking the opponent's team ultimates as well. Although although that wasn't the central focus of this VOD review, but just as a note, and I also bear in mind for my own games, like just be aware of what outs has been used and what outs they in the next team fight, what outs the opponents are gonna get. Alright, I think that's it for me. This is the first dry run practice. I may or may not publish it yet. But yeah, thanks for the opportunity for me to review your boards, and hopefully I can improve from here as well. Yeah, and just keep working hard. I think you'll get masters soon. Maybe this season, if not next. Right? Cheers, bye.